reef that run alongside South Florida, vital to protecting our coastline in a hurricane.
Some parts of the Florida Keys are being exposed to twice the amount of heat stress that causes coral reefs to die. Local 10's Janine Stanwood shows us what's happening underwater.
We're heading to Lou Key Sanctuary in the lower Keys.
Now you're clear.
And going beneath the surface to witness the majesty of the Florida Keys coral reef, the third largest barrier reef in the world.
Yeah, without the barrier reef, it's hard to imagine the Keys would be there.
Scientists like Jim Hench with Duke University have always known the reef absorbs the energy of waves that would otherwise crash on shore.
And these beams form an antenna.
But it wasn't until Hench's team placed these sensors on part of the reef off Key West in 2021 that we learned just how much a living reef matters during a hurricane. Months later, that's when Hurricane Ian barreled through. It was a real-life test.
The hurricane was generating 26-foot waves at the peak of Ian.
Last year's unprecedented sustained high water temperatures past 90 degrees resulted in major coral bleaching. Scientists at NOAA reporting more than 75% of some corals that were restored and outplanted were dead.
We lost a lot of coral colonies. It's like losing a friend in a lot of ways.
What could that mean for the next hurricane season?
Yeah, I mean, who knows quite yet?
The biggest single problem, though, is water temperature. I don't know how we're going to combat that.
Back on the boat at Lou Key, divers and conservationists are watching closely and have seen a decline in corals. But they say all is not lost.
We lost a lot of the branching corals, there's no question of that. But most of our massives, the ones that really play the role to break the waves of hurricanes down, have survived.
It's very difficult when you go out there and you see some of the damage that occurred from the high water temperatures. But the good news is some of it is starting to come back.
The oceans are in trouble, but we have an opportunity to save them.
In fact, saving the coral has been an ongoing effort by local groups working with NOAA's Mission Iconic Reefs. And since last summer's heat wave, researchers are learning more about how moving corals from nurseries to reefs can be more sustainable.
They're planting new corals, they're working in the labs to create more heat-resistant corals, and it's very exciting, really.
That's one of the goals of our project, is to try to understand the interplay between the physics, which is what we work on, and the restoration community, and trying to take our common understanding of how these reefs work and come up with plans that will carry that forward in ways that are productive.
It's a complicated system. There's a lot of things we don't know. It's too important to give up on.
Even though scientists are sounding the alarm about the health of the coral reef in warmer water, they are hopeful that more research and smarter restoration efforts will make a difference.